So you're looking to build a new computer. Where do you start and what are some basics that you should know? Building your computer can be a little daunting at first, but contrary to what some people may say, you don't need to be a computer genius to know how to build one. However, there are some things that you need to know, and there are a lot of information out there. So this video is here to help provide a basic foundation to help you build your first computer. To start, you need to first understand what type of computer you need. I recommend answering these questions before you move on. Will you be using this for mainly web browsing and chatting? Are you looking to stream videos and movies? Are you looking to play any games on it? Are you looking to create videos or any kind of graphics editing? Depending on your needs, the type of parts that your computer may need will change. Before we move on, let's talk about what parts a computer does consist of. Here's an example of the inside of my computer and what yours might resemble when you put it together. CPU. This block here is the CPU. That's the main processor for your computer. This is the most important part of your computer as it does all the calculations. This is a part that you should first start researching about when you start building your computer, because no matter what job you need your computer for, the CPU always plays a crucial role in it. The motherboard. This big board right under the CPU is the motherboard. This is the second most important part and is the backbone of the whole computer. Its purpose is connecting all the other different parts of the computer together. Every other device that you connect to your computer, such as USBs, audio cables, CPU, hard drives, memory, all those connect through the motherboard. The CPU and motherboard should be the first two things that you look for when you're buying a computer. My suggestion is to first look for a CPU that's released recently from either Intel or AMD, and then pick a CPU from either the low range, mid range, high range price tiers depending on your needs. Then choose a motherboard that supports your CPU. These choices are usually the most important first steps, as this is the foundation of your computer, and then it also determines how much money you have left to allocate to the rest of your parts. Memory. There's mainly two different types of memory in a computer. Fast access memory, or what people normally call RAM, are these sticks here. It's a quick reference document that your CPU uses to perform calculations. It's like your multiplications tables when you try to multiply. This is the third most important part. Make sure whatever memory you look for is compatible with your motherboard. RAM comes with different types of DDR. DDR4 is the most recent, and DDR3 is like an older generation. The motherboard that you will get tells you what type of memory is compatible. 8 gigabytes of memory RAM is sufficient for most needs, and 16 gigabytes or more is good if you use it for intense video editing. The other memory component is big storage, normally known as hard drives. These are where you store most of your pictures or documents. This is a SSD. It's a fast version, but more expensive. HDD, or your hard disk drive, is slow but cheap in terms of a lot of storage. The amount is up to you and your budget. Most latest disk drives are compatible with current generation motherboards. This big card here is the video card. It helps render graphics for video editing or games. You won't need this if you don't play games or don't commonly use video editing software. These parts can be really expensive, so only get one if you think you need it. This block here is the power supply unit. This is what supplies the power to all your other components of the computer. Make sure to research and buy a power supply unit from a reputable supplier so that your computer is working efficiently and reliably. And finally, don't forget the case for your computer. The case comes in different sizes, ATX or mini ATX for example. This size corresponds to the size of the motherboard. So make sure what motherboard you get corresponds to the right size for the case. So a quick summary of these parts. Every computer comes with a CPU, a motherboard, RAM, video card, power supply, storage, and case. Now this might be a lot, so research each part thoroughly, as each component is an important part of your computer. A chain is as strong as its weakest link, so if you neglect one part, it will dramatically hold back the rest of your computer. However, everyone also has a different and limited amount of money they can spend on a computer, so you will have to cut here and there, but make sure you allocate a fair portion to each component. There's much more detail and knowledge that you would need before you make an informed decision on buying parts. So before you go off on a shopping spree, please check out the links in the description below that I'll be providing for you to do some more research and get you more familiarized with the intricacies of each part. Thank you.